Hi, I'm Connie Thieman. Guess what we have in store for you tonight at the Antelope Valley Restaurant Directory? We're going to the Rivertown. You can dine with Gus Gus, Happy, or Jubilation Tea Bullfrog, just to name a few. There's still a place to get a cup of coffee for 50 cents, and for seniors, 10 cents a cup. So come on down to the Rivertown and have a good time.
The Rivertown Steak Company has arrived in Lancaster, California, and what a successful debut. Kids and adults already have fallen in love with the characters like Happy, Gus Gus, Goober, and Mr. Jubilation Tea Bullfrog. Hey, whatever your age, from junior to senior, you'll all agree the food is absolutely delicious. And the price is a bargain when you consider super salad and sandwich for $5.99, or the luncheon sirloin at $5.99. And seniors, we've already cooked up a special menu just for you. Now the dinner, what can I say? Showstopper. All in all, the Rivertown Steak Company is surely the most unique in the Antelope Valley. The Rivertown Steak Company, 1228 Avenue I, Lancaster.
Hugh, this is a first. Rivertown?
Not really. Rivertown, there are about 10 other restaurants that were in existence. And they went out of business probably in 1984 or 85. And they were mainly in the Midwest and in the East. And the particular shows we have are very similar, but not exactly. I'll go into that.
What shows?
Well, we have this fire engine in the background. And we have Goober, we have Happy, we have Gus Gus and Sparky, and Jubilation Tea Bullfrog.
Oh, entertainment for the whole family.
Well, in essence, yeah, but it's really entertainment for the adults then. They could bring their kids along, you know, to check it out. The actual theme, Rivertown, originally wasn't my idea for this restaurant. I decided on this particular restaurant by just driving down the street after a balloon flight. And the passengers hadn't shown up at this particular location that I designated to fly from. And my crew chief and I decided that, hey, why not a restaurant again? Because that profited us before. And after being in aerospace 9 years, we decided we didn't want to get laid off anymore. And so we decided that hey, this might not be a bad idea. Now, this was just a friend of mine who is in aerospace at the present time, so it really was a shot for myself. And what we did is just drove around, believe it or not, around Lancaster looking for a restaurant. That's got to be a crazy thing to do. And then we got down here on Avenue I, and there it was, the old Golden Corral, one of my biggest competitors when I had my restaurants before. I had Super Steak on Sierra Highway and Super Steak down on 6th Street in Palmdale, the old Edelweiss. And then now I think it's a Chinese restaurant called Lucky Star. It used to be a Super Steak. And Happy Steak was similar too. So then we were looking around, and here it was. And by golly, we decided to talk to them about it. And then we needed a theme. And so I used to work for this company down in Sun Valley called Sequoia Creative. And I called them and I said, hey, I need a mascot. One of your little old figures. They said, come down and get them all.
Oh.
So I packed myself up and went down, and I bought from them 3 full shows that were in these old restaurants. And they had a fire engine, a fire station, and all these various characters I'd mentioned. And I could not believe the price I got for them. It was just great. And so we moved them all up here in a 40-foot van, took a bunch of them out, recreated them, set them up, and we're right in the throngs of putting them together. They're not all together, just the fire engine is animated now. And the frog will be going perfectly, and Happy will be going in a while. So everybody has something to look forward to.
Oh, that's great. Well, so it went from the Golden Corral now to Rivertown. Some people would think just another steakhouse. What's the difference?
Well, it's really not much different from the Golden Corral. We have their same giant salad bar, and we have the potato bar, the dessert bar, and we have a kiddie bar for kids. And then we have the Sunday brunch from 10 o'clock till 4 p.m. And they never had that as a Golden Corral. But we're very similar in the food, except we've added ribs, which are tremendous. Yeah. They're great. And we've added I believe, steak and lobster over what they had. And then we have our own homemade French fries. And here's Kona Coast.
Now I noticed that.
That's it. And this is on the French fries and everything. It's the greatest seasoning there ever was.
Now you just told us the secret for the French
Oh,
fries.
I shouldn't have told you. Kona Coast, my goodness. You can't find it anywhere except here.
There's a seat in the house for everyone. I'm told if you come and dine alone, Hugh will even take care of that.
Yeah, that we will. We have a special seat in the front that has a gentleman sitting in that seat. That is a giant dog. And this giant dog's name is Goober. And Goober is the cutest thing in the world, and it's just perfect for someone that needs somebody to dine with, if you know what I mean. I've seen little kids come up to that, you know, and look up at that big old dog sitting there at that table. It's unbelievable. As cute as it can be.
Probably some big kids too.
Yeah. And the same thing with the show back here, you know. I've seen little kids come and you look at that little dog there in the front of the fire engine, little Dalmatians, what it is. And I think that's the cutest thing in the world.
Is there much care to take care of the animated objects in this?
Not really at this point. They're built with aircraft parts, you know, all aircraft grade, and it's very durable. The company that built it did the King Kong at Universal. They did the King Kong in Florida. They did the serpent that comes out of the ground at Universal Studios, Conan serpent, and they've done all kinds of things. So these are very well made, extremely well made, and they're probably durable for the next 12, 15 years, something like that.
How often does this play?
Yeah,
plays?
you bet. We're going to play it for you in a few minutes.
Oh,
It's
good.
kind of cute. It's not totally done yet, though. You have to remember that. It just doesn't pop out of the air. This was a setup with some assembly required. I have some photos I'll show you on that some assembly required. It's unbelievable. It's all in parts. But it's going to be fun. And
So you were in aerospace and you probably know how a lot of these are built.
a little bit, not a whole bunch, but yeah, it's kind of common sense. Your arm goes to the shoulder, the other arm goes to this shoulder, you know.
Common sense for
Head goes here, you know.
That's what's underneath.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of mechanics in it. I have a man from Creative Presentations. His name is Keith, and he's working the animation on it, fixing it up for me, doing a little bit of work here and there, just hooking up the wires and whatnot. And it's kind of neat. No, it's not Keith, it's Kevin. I'm sorry, that's terrible. He'll kill me if
Well, where can we find you when we come to Rivertown?
Well, probably bussing tables or walking around, looking, whatever you want to say. Who knows?
In the kitchen too?
Maybe hiding in the dish room,
Yeah.
doing dishes. That's what I do best, probably. That's why I hide back there. If I could cook, I'd cook. But prior to my restaurants before, I used to cook all the time, just every day, in and out, and I got a little bit tired of cooking. So believe it or not, I'd rather wash dishes than cook.
Really?
That seems strange. Maybe it's a little masochistic or something. It feels so good when I stop. The cooking is tough. I've got professional cooks back there with 50 years experience, and OJ is my main man, and that's Olandis Jackson.
Hi, I'm Olandis Jackson at the Rivertown Steak Company. And this is what we'll be cooking today. Our special of the day is barbecue pork chops, and then we have a sirloin on here, and we have 3 kinds of sirloins in here. We have a large, a medium, and an extra large. This is our chopped steak, and I have an order for this right now. Chopped steak, sirloin medium rare. Then you have the sirloin rare, 2 sirloins medium rare. And then we got a sirloin and a steak and shrimp, well done, right there. And the barbecue pork chops is working. Now we have a clear grill, so we clean it. Always keep our grill clean and pound. We cross up everything, put our Rivertown cross marks on it.
Olandis Jackson.
Yeah, that's my man.
Cooking in the back.
Yeah, and he does a real good job, and he has some real nice recipes, and he has come up with something really good. A little Cajun food, Cajun saute, and you'll like that. Have you had that yet?
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Let's eat.
Yeah, really. It's that time.
Well, now we got an in-between break here, waiting on some more food to come in. While we're waiting on some more food, let me give you a tour of our kitchen. Watch that wire. Here we have all our steak set up. Chicken, ground beef. This is our special fish and steaks. And then if you look down that way, you'll see our hostesses taking in the orders.
I have one gal that has been here 14 years in the Golden Corral. And I have another was here 9 years, one there was 6 years, one there was about 6 months, another one just a month. So we have a lot of people back.
That's great.
And it is great. They're
It's like
good
a
people.
family.
Good people, there's no question. I wish I could do as well as the other guy did that owned this place in the very beginning. He was a tremendous guy. And his name was Baker Wilhelm. Really a tremendous manager, knew what he was doing, did a great job here and built this business into what it is. And if I can even get half his people back, it'd be great. You know, and so I'm trying to keep it similar to what they had then.
Oh, you will, and the entertainment.
Yeah, well, a little of
You've
that.
got-
We might even put a train around the roof here, you know? Shades of J.E. Firehouse, if you know what I mean. Maybe kind of trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, running through the roof right there and anything to have fun, you know? It's hard to grow up.
Here we have our rice. Every steak that we serve get a choice of rice, baked potatoes, or fries. We keep our rice here and the baked potatoes down there in the steamer. Here we have our famous barbecue sauce, which I'm gonna put on these famous pork chops. Everything here is famous. We let it sit on there and get a glaze right quick. Turn them over. Barbecue the other side.
You've been open now for...
A month and 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, and the prices are pretty moderate, though. They're not really very high, and we have a good senior menu. The senior menu features senior ribs and portions that are real reasonable. And then we have a discount of 10% on some of the other items for seniors. We also have a $1 drink for seniors,
oh,
which is tremendous.
Yeah.
And for everybody, it's 50-cent coffee, and the drinks are 89 cents. It's all you can drink soda bar. So we have a variety of items on that particular bar. And as I was looking over that direction, that's where it is, right there. And it tastes good right about now.
So no one leaves here thirsty or hungry.
No, they don't that. No way. Not with the salad bar the size. It's an all you can eat too. So you can go back 10 times if you want to. It's fine.
This is our large sirloin right here before cooking. It's 12 ounces before cooking. Big meal. And this one is medium rare.
I'm really glad we came here. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, I apparently was rather concerned when the Golden Corral closed because it was a place we frequented, but this new atmosphere is good as well as the food, and I think it's a definite improvement. And
Decor is very nice.
And I think it's a place that you can either come with the kids or without. It's a place that you can enjoy just with good friends.
The most unique adventure available in Southern California. Rivertown Steak Company takes you aloft in our beautiful balloon. It's been said that this is the form of travel where the destination is irrelevant and the trip is everything.
In our balloon room here too, with all the balloon paraphernalia, I was just given a gas balloon drop line. That doesn't mean anything to you.
No,
but it
not
is.
yet.
It's a big, heavy rope line that hits the ground from a gas balloon, not a hot air balloon, but a gas balloon. And it weights down and it holds the balloon from going anywhere when it hits the ground. It's really a trick. The guy made it and brought it in. And then he brought me a cold air balloon, 20 feet high, to put on the roof. But I can't do that because Lancaster doesn't allow cold air balloons on the roofs. Oops. So what I'll do is I'll just inflate it inside the building. How's that sound?
I don't know.
Look
Where's
good.
everybody gonna sit?
Wow, that's
There'll be one
next.
seat in the house left
So
with the dog.
right here, right here. Oh, with a dog. Yeah, there you go.
How in the world do you get involved with hot air balloons?
A friend of mine named Rod Duff, who came in the restaurant one day and he wanted to put his hot air balloon up behind the restaurant. I couldn't believe, what did he want? You know, he said, well, I'll tell you what, this is a big advertising balloon, and if you buy my crew breakfast, I'll put it up here. And I said, fine, put it up. And I went out back and I looked at that balloon, and it was so big, I could not believe my eyes. I had to get involved. From that point on, that was about 1979, 78, 79, till now I've been flying hot air balloons everywhere, Albuquerque, all over the United States. And it's quite a fun thing.
Do you give rides?
Yeah, we sell rides to everybody, anybody, and they're not really that expensive relative to what you've heard perhaps in the past. We have a moderate cost, such as $70 for half an hour. And we sell the rides here at the restaurant. All the girls have an incentive to do it. Give them 10% of the gross if they sell a ride, that kind of thing. It gets them interested somewhat. And then the balloons themselves, we can fly out of this parking lot right outside. That happens. Done it several times. And then there are other places we fly from out on the west side. It makes it kind of fun. And we have this particular room filled with paraphernalia from balloons. Each booth is named after a particular balloon event. And it's kind of unique. Each event I've been through many times. And the next event coming up is Reno, and that's the first part of September. So we're really starting to get ready for that, getting all excited about it. And there's 150 balloons that go up in the same location at the same time. So this is really what we live for and fly balloons for, the events themselves.
I guess Lancaster is probably you need the winds like we have in
Well, yeah, the winds themselves, we need just a little bit of wind up in the air. But on the ground, we want nothing. And then in the summer, when it gets super hot, like it is right now, almost difficult to fly at all. A pilot has to make the choice of overheating his balloon or just waiting another week. Like we do in the winter in the rain. We have to wait a week or 2 weeks sometimes. I've seen people go up to 5 times coming back to fly. Sort of like the hype involved. But when you come to Rivertown, you don't have to hype. You just come in one time, get a good steak, and you're on your way. You know, that's all there is to it.
Hugh, when you go to other restaurants, what are some things that stand out in your mind that bother you or different?
Well, oftentimes I'll go to a restaurant and it's too cold. In the summer when it's hot outside, you get inside and you freeze. And then the music's too loud. Or it could be a multitude of things. And when I go in another restaurant, as soon as I hit the front door, I'm always thinking about each one of these, say, 5 items that you look for in a restaurant. And you have to go outside and you have to come into the restaurant to find all this out with an open mind, looking for those particular items. And the one I really can't take too much is that it's too cold. You know, when it's hot outside and people freeze. And even in the wintertime, you feel like you've got the air conditioning on. These are some of the things. And the music, of course, is always important. As we have now the show, and that's going to be important every hour to run the show for everybody. But these are the important things, I think. The bathrooms, of course, they're important. You know, your restaurant is only as clean as your bathrooms are, and it's a fact. I won't relate some of the occurrences that I've run into relative to bathrooms because they're rather strange, you know, that they should get so dirty and whatnot. Perfectly beautiful restaurant. But it takes at least every hour or so going in and checking the bathrooms out. And sometimes I'm guilty of not checking them out that often, but we try to get in at least once every hour to check them out, make sure they're clean. And our restrooms are very clean, no question.
You've hit on, I think, 3 top things.
Well, of course, then the food is the most important thing, they say, you know. You could be located anywhere, and if you have really good food, they'll find you. The public will find you, that's correct. So I think even we're on Avenue I, they'll find us. I know they will.
They'll find this place.
It's a heavily traveled street, so I'm sure people will be able to find us. We're right alongside Burger King, and you can't miss us.
Rivertown on Avenue I.
Right, yeah, alongside Big O Tire, too. So.
It's Rivertown showtime. Believe me, there ain't no time. Tickles your fancy and funny bone too, like when we do our show for you. It's twilight time, and that is the right time to give a smile to everyone. The day is over and the fun's begun.
Fine. It was excellent. It was rad just the way I like it, and I'm definitely going to come back to this place. Probably next Friday.
Friday night stop now.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Remember, you'll never have to dine alone at the Rivertown. And for a really wild adventure, make your reservation for your next birthday, anniversary, or engagement for a hot air balloon with Hugh. Come fly high with us. We'll see you next time at the Antelope Valley Restaurant Directory.